but I'm only human. Some days it's hard to move on. I'm only human.
Talk to me. Why have you been avoiding me so much lately? Did I do something wrong, or was it maybe something I said? I'm going crazy thinking about it.
Didn't do anything.
Say you're sorry, darling. Say it's all your fault. Say you miss me and you wish that you answered my calls. Say you're not done falling. Say our love is art. Say you're waiting for me, that you wanna press restart.
Nothing is wrong.
Something is obviously bothering you. Suddenly you're Mr. Distant.
Say you're sorry, darling. Say it's all your fault. Say you miss me and you wish that you answered my calls. Say you're not done falling. Say our love is art. Say you're waiting for me, that you wanna press restart.
Oh, and good luck with your buddy in the Mercedes.
Ready to take the next step in your career? Earn your graduate degree 100% online from the University of Southern Indiana. With flexible, accelerated programs, no out-of-state tuition, and multiple start dates a year, it's never been easier to fit school into your life. USI's accredited online programs deliver the same support and opportunities as on campus, accessible anytime, anywhere. Shape your future on your schedule. Visit online.usi.edu to get started.
I just can't see all the angles. Chip, tap, digital wallet.
We can help with that.
I love trucking. The open road, the biscuits, and the gravy. Can you help me bank when I'm away?
Roger that. We got you, good buddy.
I won my first tournament. So now what?
You can deposit that check with the First Source mobile app.
I need more space for these dogs. Trevor, I know. I'm asking.
We can find a small business loan that works for you and you, Trevor. For every banking need, there's only First Source Bank.
FirstSource.com. Member FDIC. At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with savings of 20% or more on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
You can save even more with lower everyday prices on over 10,000 items, now including select varieties of chicken, bacon, and cheese. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Hello, boys. Don't overpay for forklift service. At Quality Lift Equipment, we deliver the most complete preventive maintenance in the industry and the best pricing in the area. Need an upgrade? Check out our new heli forklifts, built tough, built to last, and priced to move. With service, savings, and seriously knowledgeable technicians, we've got everything your business needs to keep moving forward. Strong on service, stronger on price. Quality Lift Equipment.
Hi, I'm Dr. Claire, your new dentist. Been a while since your last appointment.
Yeah, well...
I've added some secret weapons to my toolkit.
Weapons?
To my Lake City Bank digital toolkit, that is. They really help me drill down into my finances.
Oh, your finances.
Before Lake City Bank Digital, financial stuff for me was like...
A root canal, right?
Funny you mention that.
Add sharper tools for your money. Learn more at lakecitybank.com/digital.
Business owners know every missed call is money left on the table. For $15 a month, get a dedicated business number with OpenPhone. You can manage calls, assign conversations, send auto replies, and skip voicemail with OpenPhone's AI agent that captures leads 24/7. Join over 60,000 businesses using OpenPhone. Get 20% off at openphone.com/Spotify. They'll even port your existing numbers for free. Openphone.com/Spotify. OpenPhone. No missed calls. No missed customers.
Maybe I'm an alien. Must be something heaven sends. Payback for the love I spent. get you, gonna make you fall in love with me, you want more. Yeah, but you never had it better way. I do it all. I'm gonna get you, gonna make you fall in love with me, you want more. Yeah, but you never had it better way. I do it all. I'm gonna get you, gonna make you fall in love. Yeah, but you never had it better way. I do it all. I'm gonna get you, gonna make you fall in love with me, you want more. Yeah, but you never had it better way. I do it all. I'm gonna get you, gonna make you fall in love with me, you want more. Yeah, but you never had it better way. I do it all.
And we're live! We won't talk about debauchery when it comes to Saren, okay? We just won't. I may have needed a ride home from her house last night.
Ah, that explains a fair bit.
And she may or may not have gotten up about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. 3 o'clock in the afternoon, y'all's time. She pulled the Shrek.
We were getting our asses handed to us at work at 3 o'clock.
Shrek? Why are we doing Shrek?
I don't know. I didn't get it.
Probably because she was green around the gills.
Is Johnny Longblade still there? Or did he go home?
Everyone went from going to loud, super loud, super loud. Let me turn my volume down.
Oh, so you just moved the party. Got it.
That's how you know it's a good one. It doesn't stop, it just relocates.
I mean, that's what we used to do, but
I
I've been
will
known
say
to
this.
house hop a couple of 100 times.
Yeah. I did that in my 20s. Last night was eye-opening. I'm too old for this shit.
It's good to test your boundaries now and then.
After the festival, a couple of weeks.
You went way R2D2 there,
There's
Kish.
after parties we're talking about.
No. That I heard clearly.
It's probably because I'm trying to charge my phone at the same time because I didn't charge it at work.
Possibly. What is going
Do you want
on?
me to drop out and come back in and see if that fixes it?
That's up to you.
Well, if it persists, you know.
I don't know. Okay. There we go. There's my system. Okay, there's that. There's that. On air sign. Oh, I have to move Wonder Woman out of the way.
Dahlia. Think he's gonna drive me to drinking.
How is Dahlia going to drive you to drinking?
She's got an explanation, and I'm like, I'm not doing math here. Just send the damn file.
No. The original number you had. For further
the only
clarification, when you are submitting, put the word count of what you are submitting and we will read out loud. That's the number. Otherwise, me and Molinier are going to start breaking things.
Well, the whole
That's
thing
what I
was
heard.
is I had to go into the file because Dahlia did an oops. It's fine. I got it. It's been a minute, Starvo, since you've submitted, so I'm not even really worried about that.
It's been a hell of a week. It really has. And I don't know if y'all can see it back there, but I have a whole cabinet and I have a whole nother kitchen hutch that I built. That's what I spent my week doing, trying to organize this office a little bit better. So, yeah. Oh, and there's that pesky promotion. I'm okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Now you all are all RTG too. Gonna be like this tonight, I guess.
FML. Period. FML.
Yeah.
After last night, I don't know how I feel about you calling me mom.
Whoa. There's a story there. Oh my goodness.
Izzy, what did you do last night?
She
I want to know.
okay. You guys know where to meet up afterwards, so we can get all the
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
Yeah, the private one, right?
yeah,
The
the
deets.
private.
Okay. I gotta know. I gotta know what trouble my sister's been getting into
Oh, there's
in
Patrick.
her old age.
Oh, Bubba's in the house.
Ah,
Yeah,
there we
PA.
go.
We haven't seen you around for a minute, so we know you got stuff going on though. Guys, am I talking too loud? I always feel like I'm talking too loud when I got my headphones on.
You sound fine to me. Everyone sounds fine to me.
Yeah,
I'm not
you
having any
sound
issues.
fine.
I always feel like I'm shouting.
Nope. It's all Gucci here.
Aries is back to watching nursery rhymes, so I'm literally like, Go is the name of.
He's watching true crime?
Nursery rhymes.
Nursery rhymes.
Nursery rhymes. Okay. I mean,
So
nursery
he
rhymes,
is
true
my
crime.
child?
Yeah, I was about to say nursery rhymes, true crime.
Considering
Yeah.
the context of some nursery rhymes, that actually tracks.
Yeah. Especially some of the German ones.
Some of the German ones. You mean most of the German ones?
Most of the German ones, yeah. Yeah, Germans are.
The girl with the silver
We
hands has
twisted.
lived. Yeah, the girl with the silver hands has lived rent free in my head for most of my teenage years. That has Bluebeard.
I don't know, because of one of the nursery rhymes, I wanted to get a tattoo of a feather on my back. Like a random feather. Everybody's like, why? And I'm like, so I can yell quack, quack, quack.
So the feather on his back went quack, quack, quack.
Mm-hmm.
Little ducky.
Because he led the others with a quack, quack, quack.
Suppose I'm not really thinking of nursery rhymes. I'm thinking of fairy tales. Distinct difference.
Okay. Do.
Okay, welcome to the first prompt of September 2025.
Oh yeah, it is.
And night one, we're going to go ahead, I think, Julie, if you're cool with it, do a second night. So if anyone has some additional time or work that they want to do, get them in.
I can whip something up.
Right? See, here's
Well,
my
I mean,
problem. I had a phone conversation in my book that needed to be split up amongst 3 phone conversations. And tonight's prompt goes in the third conversation. So I had to figure out conversation 1 and conversation 2 so that I can actually write conversation 3, taking out all the extra stuff. So, there we go. Bingo bango.
I wish I knew we were going to do that, so I would have been able to. I mean, I got all the prompts in it. It just might not make sense.
Well, we've got 5 for tonight thus far. And if Shar wants to write for tomorrow,
6.
And
we got 6.
We got 6? Okay.
I was about to say,
hers in a bit.
if we are for sure gonna do tomorrow, I would appreciate having a little extra time to do some editing.
All right. So
then we have 5.
Well, 1, 2. Okay. So we've got Dahlia, we've got Trisha, we have Leon,
who is MIA right now, probably
Who is
asleep.
MIA right now? We've got Stavros, we've got Julie, and we got Cash. So if for tomorrow we've got me, Shar, Patrick.
Maybe we can entice Anonymous to come back.
Maybe. Maybe. So that would be 4 for tomorrow night.
Yeah, we got enough to. Yeah, definitely got enough
Yeah, we
to
can
split up
split.
two shows. So let's go ahead and end out on mine tonight, and
Okay.
we'll leave catches for tomorrow.
All
Makes me
right.
sound so much better.
All right. Sounds good. And for the record, for those that are curious, I did put in the side chat that I did nothing that I am ashamed of. I cannot speak for others.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep that thought to myself.
Mhm.
At least until
That's
we're
gonna be
over
an
in the
inside
private
thought.
chat.
That's gonna be an inside thought.
No, it
Even
was
if it's
fun. There was no problems whatsoever. Got to meet a sweet little girl who was also at the party and then zonked out. Good golly, Miss Molly. I don't know how she slept. I couldn't sleep. I had to have Saren bring me home. One of her other guests drove my truck behind us, parked it, and
Classic buddy system.
yep. And then, well, because I had to work this morning.
Yeah.
And there's this anxiety if I do not have a working vehicle that I can just get into, right? So like Saren offered, well, I'll come get you in the morning, come bring you back to your truck, and then you can go to work. And I'm like, that
All the
just
same.
puts too many
Yeah.
moving
Too many variables.
things, too many variables, and that amps up my anxiety. So I'm very, very thankful to Saren's fraternity brother who brought my truck home, brought my beautiful Safi home. All right. So September 6th, 2025, my last Saturday working for the month. And we're on to new things. I did want to make mention something that I am doing for the remainder of the year. I am focusing in September on filling in missing pieces. So every single prompt that I am going to be submitting this month is going to be filling in missing pieces, missing scenes, trying to make transitions between scenes more realistic, etc. And then in October, I'm going to find the hidden things within my stories and focus on that. Because the prompts have been great. The prompts, the whole point of Julie's prompt thing that we've been doing is to get people to write. Well, I'm finding it a struggle to bounce back and forth between things and actually get something done or close to done. Um, and so I'm targeting. So I want to challenge everybody for the rest of the year. Focus on getting something wrapped up, whether it's a part or uh, a bit, fix a scene, even if you're not doing it for the prompt. That's fine. But let's get some more books fucking published, man.
I'm working on it. I'm almost done with all those extra chapters you suggested.
Hey, there we go. Perfect. Well, and not only that, but A Whisper of Fear now has a deadline. And I need to get it done sooner rather than later. Because it needs to be in somebody's hands before he passes away. And on that downer of a note,
Okay, you said you were going to have 4 for tomorrow. I went ahead and put the dates in, so all we got to do is fill in info.
okay.
That way, you know, the last time we tried to do it, they didn't want to do it. I just went ahead and did it. Sorry,
Very
I know
nice,
that was random.
Starburst. No, that we've got technical shit.
Well, currently, I know I've got to get Dustin and its 5 cronies done and ready to rock. So I got to stop playing with bikers right now. And those are the ones that are talking to me.
And we're going to take a little break because this takes a while.
38,819 in Blood Cipher. Very nice. I'm not even done through the first third of the book, and I've already got 40,000 words. Okay, so bear with me. I'm still feeling the effects of trying to reclaim my 20s.
It never works out well.
No, really does not.
I laugh, but I'm probably going to be feeling like this in a couple of weeks.
Uh-huh. You can't laugh at me. You're going to do the same thing.
It's not that you stop partying. You got to figure out how to party different.
Fair.
I don't know. We might
That's
be
fair.
partying with bands.
I definitely don't party the way I did in my 20s. But that week I spent in town was full of all kinds of illicit stuff that I can't talk about on Twitch.
Oh, trust me. The type of party that I went to at Saren's house last night is not the type of party that I have ever gone to. You know, nice little dinner party, homemade food, way too many biscuits, crescent rolls. Those were awesome. Um,
Homemade or canned, because either way they're awesome. But
they were the crescent rolls, the Pillsbury crescent rolls, and somebody was about to throw out the entire batch because they were too burnt, and I proceeded to snatch 3 of them in less than 10 minutes and said, "Don't you dare." All
okay,
right.
so they were a little brown.
They were a little brown. They were not the worst I've ever eaten. Okay, so hold my pen prompt gas. You did not burn them, Saren. You did not. Ad starts in 5 minutes. Has everybody subscribed? Other than Johnny Longblade, who is not even watching on his device?
Yes, he is a subscriber.
Right, but he's not
Or
even. We're not even worried about him. So,
Any hoozles.
Any hoozles. First up is our lovely Dahlia, who we have missed greatly. So this is entitled "What Comes Next." Hello, Steinbach. Nice to see you. You will be taking this elf on your mission today. I will leave you with sharing the details with her, Bernard said calmly. He can't be serious. The nutcrackers are the guards, causing just as much harm as the snowmen. We can't trust them. I've seen the things they have done to us. I thought as my heart raced even faster after hearing him say I would be going with him. I am not going alone with him. What if? It's fine. Steinbach has been working for the resistance for a bit now. Plus, we have something that they need from us if candy hits the fan, even for the nutcrackers. Go with him. Nicholas has enslaved us just as much as you. I want my crackers free just as much as you want your own freedom. If that means killing that jolly slime, then so be it. I will help the resistance, even if it costs me my life, young one. Don't worry, I have no ill feelings toward you or your kind. Steinbach spoke softly. Taking small steps out of the closet, I looked back for some kind of reassurance. I will see you later, Bernard said, closing the door. Following Steinbach down the hallway, I twiddled my thumbs behind my back. Feeling my tension, he tried to reassure me once more. This will be a simple mission today. We will collect maps and bring them to our other connections, he said as we turned a corner. We were transferred from the hallway into a small office where there was another nutcracker marking some maps. I looked from Steinbach to the other nutcracker.
We finally go back to the nutcrackers, and that's all I get.
Yeah.
That's it. Get off my thread.
Our appetite.
Dahlia.
Dahlia pulled Patricia.
It's fine. It's fine. It's
No, don't
fine.
Do you mind?
I really want to know. I really want to know where this one's going.
This is what she started last year,
Yeah, I know.
and I have been on her to, you know, further it because I know it'll be good.
There
Mm-hmm. I just like the fact that I got my motherfucking polar bear.
Question: have we shared that we're live like we normally do?
Yes, I have.
Okay. I haven't
I
gotten any
sometimes
notifications.
I sometimes remember to. Well, because it was funny. It was absolutely funny because I'm sitting there going, oh my God, has anybody seen the trailer for Red One? All we need is a motherfucking polar bear involved in this. And then I go back to reading the story, and suddenly there's a polar bear that pulls this elf out of the ball pit. And I'm going, oh my God, polar bear. Bingo, bango. Yes, polar bear. Also, eventually there will be a polar bear and a black bear tattooed right here. So there's a reason for me and my polar bears.
Well, they're one of the biggest land predators in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote a character ages and ages and ages ago that had a polar bear for a mount. I miss Erica. I should go back to her. I named the polar bear Berg.
Erg. Love it.
Nice. Like in the wild? or like at a like a animal park.
Hmm?
Dahlia.
Oh,
She said she's seen one in real life.
Mine was at a zoo.
yeah, I've seen them at zoos.
Yeah.
I'm not listening to the advice of a new colleague in the game. Always go.
All right.
Aw.
Mm. Yeah, that happens a lot to the black bears too. Next up, we have first prompter, Trisha Jones.
Who was also at Lexington's Book Bash today.
Yep. Okay, first word is Joe. So we're back to Ann Smith. We love Ann Smith. Joe and I were asleep when we heard glass breaking. I went to get out of the bed, but Joe stopped me. You call the police, he whispered. I will go see what is going on. I nodded as he went out of the bedroom. I called the police, and dispatchers said there were officers on the way. After I hung up and sat waiting for Joe to come back up, I was waiting a long time. Then I heard yelling. I jumped up and ran downstairs where the yelling was coming from. I was stopped by Joe in the doorway to the living room. I stood looking at the huge mess that was my living room. In the middle of it was Amy. She was being restrained by two police officers. She was screaming how it wasn't right. She should be living here. Then she saw me. You! Bitch, this is your fault. I should be the one married to him. I should be living here, she yelled. Joe took that moment to say, I never thought I would see you again, especially not like this. He shook his head. This is low, even for you. Amy looked at him shocked. Then the police officers took her away.
Emotional damage.
So much in such a short time. Trisha. She has the magic touch there.
Yeah.
Have a fire, sit up, because Jimbo.
I mean, I get that Joe is a sweetie and all, but
You can't reason with crazy.
why does everybody want him? You were busy, Trisha, and you are absolutely fine. You were out there doing the thing, getting your name out there and your books out there. So, and made some sales. So,
Now that's fantastic.
No, no, go.
Read the books. Okay.
You choose the
read
worst
books,
time to
figure out
watch
why
Puddles.
everybody wants them.
Go.
So, next up, we have our resident Frenchman who apparently cannot be here today.
Well, you know he has to set his alarm to be here, so he might
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
And he was up late getting his submission done.
Story. Yeah.
And I
Maybe
mean,
push his to the end.
it maybe. I mean, right now it is 3 a.m.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. All right. Then we will jump over to Stavros, who is hanging out in the comments, has also been missing for a while, handling stuffs. Let me move over there. There we go. Okay, Peachy Keen.
Wait, are we not reading Leon's? I thought you said that Leon's was next.
Well, Leon's is next. Yeah, back to school and handling health and all that. Absolutely. Let's pop over to give him a minute. Like Julie said, he sets his alarm to come join us. So
Oh, to
and
give him time to
perhaps
join. Okay. Okay.
yeah, because we go live late our times, but that's like really early in the morning for him.
In the military, they used to call it "Oh Dark 100."
Yes. All right, so Stavros, SP Stavros, a new little thing. This one is entitled Forgotten God. Breath exhaled from Mira's lungs as she shakily stood up from the puddle in the stone room she inhabited. Her last memory had been her summons to Cleopatra's aid. Her father had commanded that she awaken whenever needed, whenever the dead needed restitution. Her real name was Kebeshe, daughter of Anubis. Her binding loosened from her arms as she stood up. Miniature suns burned in her eyes as she examined the odd carriages around her. A thumping pain spiked her head. Mira held herself against the cool wall. How long had it been since her last call? What did she need to restore now? Would she satisfy her father finally? Mira's head swam without answers. A metallic scraping following the opening of a door across from her caught her attention.
You might have to read mine.
Scratchy.
Because everyone's got short ones tonight.
Yeah, that's all right. It's back to school time is we do tend to have more numbers. Hey, Leon!
Look at that! It was worth waiting.
We summoned Leon from across the sea. That's interesting. We'll see. We'll have to see where you take that one, Stavros.
Yeah, I kind of like where that one's going.
Mm-hmm. And did mention that Stavros is a part of another Discord server where they came up with a prompt, and this was the thing that sparked her. Great, fantastic.
That is awesome.
Aw, Leon woke up just for us. Glad we waited 10 minutes or so to read yours then. Now,
You
here's
know
what's
that
throwing me
happens.
for a loop. It's entitled Mini D Mini Diana or I don't know. Mini Indiana Jones?
That's the way I took it.
Yeah, Mini Diana or Midiana Jones. No. No, 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 no. We wait for our victims. I mean our submitters. I mean our prompters when we can. And the Forbidden Mystery. Disclaimer. This is a work of fiction. Names, characters, businesses, places, events, and incidents are either the products of the author's imagination or used in a fictitious manner. Any resemblance to actual persons living or dead or actual events is purely coincidental. 1. I was packing. I had just finished packing when I heard the knock on the door. It was Brittany, my very blonde and very crazy ex. She was in tears, and despite what we went through with all the car keying, the voodoo doll burning, the letter to my boss disclaiming my pretend secret selling information to the competition, I was feeling kind of sad for her. She was just a mess standing there. I said, "Listen, Brittany, I'm sorry, but you came here at a very inconvenient time for me. I'm about to go on a trip." Her face changed rapidly. I added, "I never thought I'd see you again, especially not like this." She said nothing, but she looked very mad and left as I was finishing my sentence. I was sorry, but I was also very much prepping for my trip, a very important trip to the surface. The first trip my people ever did to the surface in almost 150 years, since New Littleput was founded under the city of New York. 2. Introducing myself. Oh, but I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Thomas. I'm about 37 years old, and I'm the luckiest Lilliputian in the history of our people, or so they say. I grew up in a comfy little apartment with my parents. Both worked as historians, a burning passion that united them both as a couple and as professionals. I spent my childhood surrounded with stories about Gulliver and our first encounter with the humans that live in that big world directly up there. I was shy, quiet, and very much an introvert, but I was happy like that. Going to school was sometimes difficult as other kids tended to be mean with my frail self, but I can't say much of anyone have a good time at those ages. I felt quite normal, not much less than anyone else, I suppose. When I was 13 years old, my parents disappeared in a very strange accident. They were both on an archaeological trip trying to get information about the first settlers that came from Lilliput back in the mid 18th century. It always was an era that was unclear in our history and the favorite period for my parents. It was obviously a very sad moment for me, but my parents had previously set up a trust fund, and I would never forget the moment my balls dropped. I was suddenly a millionaire.
I was wondering if someone was going to use that one.
That's one of the props, Stavros. Oh my goodness.
But in Leon's case, he literally means because apparently this
Giggity.
little Lilliputian gets his trust fund at age 13 when something dropped.
Look, I'm sorry. As soon as I went into Discord and I read what the prompts were for that week and I read that one, that's where my brain went to. I didn't go with lottery balls.
Believe me, it was funny as hell when we rolled it.
It was funny as hell when we rolled it.
That's because none of us are mature adults.
Nope.
No, I'm
I
not.
may be. I am physically 38. Mentally, I am 14.
Physically 39 with sometimes the humor of a 12-year-old and the mouth of a sailor slash biker.
Yep.
So, I
Sounds
mean,
about right.
Okay. My feelings at that moment were so complicated. I became very depressed for a long time, surrounded with people, vultures really, that were pretending to want to help me in my very sad situation. But really, they were after my money. I met Brittany. She was different. She didn't care much about my money. She wasn't against the idea of having money, but she mostly cared about me. I think she was really in love with me, but I wasn't capable of feeling like that at that point in time in my life. I stayed with her, probably way too long for an unreciprocated relationship. I cannot really be mad at her for the way we ended up. I became very lucky after the disappearance of my parents. In fact, I was so lucky that it felt impossible at the time. I was studying just part of my exams because they always happened to be only about what I studied. I was regularly winning lotteries of all sorts. At some point, I had to stop and try to figure out what was happening with me. So I decided to try to test my luck.
Mm.
3. Luck test. I wondered if I could actually manipulate luck, as strange as it may sound. I went to the mall. There are always people cleaning up the floor and putting signs about being careful. And people always ignore it, creating situations where they fall or slip, which seemed like a perfect opportunity to test out my theory. I followed around the workers, trying to see if I could somehow save people from a little harmless slip. At one point, a man in a full three-piece suit with a tie. He seemed like the type of guy that would work in finance and was walking really fast looking at his phone. I whispered, "Don't go there. Please don't. Look up." And the guy slowed down, looked up and saw the sign, changing his course before returning to his unattached activities back in his phone. I found two, three more people, and each time they were slowing down and realizing they should be careful. I couldn't believe what was happening. So it seemed I was actually capable of manipulating luck, not just mine, but others too. Just like in the movies I could watch at the Lilliputian Grand Theater. This was a defining moment in my life because it meant I could actually start an adventure. And I had always wondered what happened to my parents. 4. The group. I was made aware of a group of resourceful ladies that formed a society a few years ago. That society was dedicated to uncover the truth about what happened to my parents. Since then, the authorities had passed a law forbidding anyone to leave the city. The society was called Hold My History Book and had 3 to 4 members depending on the days. Juliet, the founder, was the type of person you can really rely on, very calm and steady. Lizzie was the very vocal person in the group. She was very charismatic and funny. Miss McCormack wasn't always there, but was the younger tech savvy person in the group and a very arts oriented. And finally, Cash was the very warm and gentle person in the group, always trying to help and be attentive to people around. I arrived one Saturday at their office, explaining that I was interested in what they were doing and not mentioning my own reason to be caring about that subject, and started to attend every Saturday their weekly meeting. It was a fun group, always debating about what we could find if we were allowed to go and look. They had recovered every piece of information regarding my parents' disappearance, calling it the forbidden mystery. I learned a few things. My parents weren't alone. They had a team of people that came with them that day, and nobody came back. Not a single one. But nobody knew what happened. We didn't have a single trace of their activities, and the few pictures that we had from that time were only showing an empty camp, tents, a fireplace that had gone cold. Even their bags were still there, untouched. No sign of struggle, nothing explaining what could have happened. I grew very fond of my new group, and I eventually disclosed my identity someday, afraid that they would feel betrayed by me not saying who I was. But they accepted it and understood, I think, that I would have felt weird to just arrive and say, I'm the son of the historian couple that led the mission of the Forbidden Mystery. I was already a part of Hold My History book for a few months when I decided to test my luck, like I explained earlier. Hmm. 5. Time to go. On that day where Brittany knocked at my door, we were supposed to meet, me and this society, a few days earlier on one of our Saturday meetings after Cash asked me, You've been quiet all year. What's going on in that head of yours? I said I was convinced that we couldn't discover anything new anymore unless we went and seen for ourselves. Lizzie agreed with me, but said we couldn't finance it. Juliet agreed as well, but said we would have to deal with the legalities of it eventually. Cash agreed, but said it could be dangerous, and we would have to really be careful. I nonetheless somehow managed to convince them all. I said I could finance it, that we wouldn't take any chances with securities, and we eventually agreed that even though it was forbidden, we weren't harming anyone trying to discover more. We gave ourselves 4 days to get ready, and on that specific day of the 3rd of September, 2025, 24 entire years after the disappearance of my parents, we were going to try and find out more information about what happened. We met at the usual place, each with our backpacks, and loaded the back of Lizzie's van that just got repaired in an epic story I might tell you about later. And we started to drive. Or rather, Juliet started to drive, and I was quite happy that she took upon herself to take the wheel, as I felt she was the only one steady enough to not hit something.
I feel a little
Not
insulted, but
wrong.
whatever.
Excuse me.
I'm insulted by the fact that Lizzie drives a van.
I think they got that wrong. That's Juliet's van.
Feels accurate.
It was never Lizzie's van. It was always Julie's van.
Lizzie's van. We had to get out of the city and pass the border control. Lizzie was right next to Juliet, and when we stopped, she started to chat with the policeman.
Continue.
Hey guys, how's your day? Fine, I hope. So you see, we have misplaced our authorizations, but we are mandated by the Lilliputian government to study the fauna. It seems rats and spiders have become a real issue west of New Lilliput, as you may know, and we had a very short window to. It was mesmerizing to see her come up with such stories on the fly and turning the head of those policemen, get them involved in that fake story so much that we felt we would end up having an escort instead of being blocked. We very obviously got to pass the border control with flying colors, and after clearing the pass, Lizzie started laughing, and we joined her, all but Juliet, who was always very serious and probably thinking about the next hurdles we would have to face. The road was slowly but surely turning into a pavement, and we could now see New Lilliput lights and our civilization fading in the rear view. The entire city was contained in a very strange and dark space, the river we call La Vilaine, meaning in some old language, I don't know, the ugly, was now surrounded by two very large straight spaces made in concrete, and the entire thing was contained in some kind of large tube. We were on the right of the Vilaine and advancing now in between big structures made in some kind of hard brown paper, covered in gigantic letters of all sorts. I could read a few words like Amazon or delivery. We only had the van lights to see something, so we slowed down and we were searching for the camp position that was supposed to be somewhere close. 6. The camp. We eventually found traces of the camp a little further northeast of Lilliput as the Vilaine was separating two different directions. The camp was pretty much the same as in the photos, untouched, just with spider webs on them and with some dark green mold due to humidity. We even found the bags still left untouched. We decided to leave it all there, as it was unlikely we found any evidence we didn't already have. What seemed obvious, on the other hand, is that we should continue in that direction to find something, as it was most likely the way people went. So that's what we did. A few minutes outside the camp, we found some metallic structure resembling stairs, only very big, going to the ceiling of the tube. A round and heavy metallic plate was directly above those stairs. We decided to try to climb, and luckily we brought the equipment and started to ascend when suddenly we heard some strident sound in our direction coming from above.
That was so cute.
I'm the one that drives a van.
Indiana Jones and the Forbidden Mystery.
That was really cute. I really liked that.
That
It
that
was.
that was that was cute.
That
That
was
was cute.
adorable.
But, you wouldn't catch me dead driving a van.
But
No.
that's not
Nope, nope,
you.
nope.
That's not you.
No, it is not me. It is not me. It's not even spelled right. So, we're all good. We're all good. We're all good.
I
It's
love that.
it's
That was so cute. I need more.
that was
Yeah,
cute.
for sure.
Well, Leon did say that they had every intention of continuing the story because it was
Good.
funny. And then I'm like, okay, so we'll see tomorrow or we'll see tonight. But he was like, hey, I got this many words. And I'm sitting there like, okay. He's like, is that enough? And I'm like, I'll let it slide this time. Next time I'm going to read it. Like,
I loved it.
Yep.
I
And
absolutely loved it.
interesting characters there, Lizzie, Cash, Juliet, and Miss McCormack.
I'm gonna go blind doing
I'm
this
going to hold
fucking
my
thing.
book.
Jesus.
Hold my
Mm-hmm.
history book. Yep.
Yep. I mean,
Yeah.
not really
I
any
mean,
different than what I did in March.
and yeah, okay. Leon says he doesn't know where they come from. I mean,
Inspiration comes from the
never
weirdest places.
weirdest places and interesting characters. Those hold my history book ladies. So different and odd. Would never find those kinds of people out in the real world. No, never. That's true.
I loved it.
Oh. Now I understand the disclaimer at the beginning.
Yup, sure do.
Yeah.
I was like, that seriously reminds me of anything that most of my OWMTs and every episode of Law and Order I've ever seen.
Yep.
Um, there we go. All right, so ad break ends in just a moment. I'm going to take a quick break. Um, I've drank a lot of tea and MDCR today.
That reminds me, I have
For those
coffee.
not aware, MDCR stands for Mountain Dew Code Red.
For those of us that just drink it, it's just code red.
Yeah, you literally could have just said Code Red and I'd have known exactly what you meant.
Nope, I've called it MDCR since the day it came out. Um,
I thought you were about to say MDMA, and I was about to get very worried.
oh no 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 no! That is not the kind of things that I put in my mouth last night. Anyway, MDCR kind of day last night. That's the kind of weekend I'm having. MDCR means things.
I mean, I put similar things to MDMA in my mouth over the week, but whatever. Wasn't MDMA, but it was similar.
That chicka wow wow. Yep.
Uh-huh.
Do I skip that?
Lord have
Yeah, I
mercy.
skipped that one. Okay.
That's right. He wasn't here for in March.
No, 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 no. But that was fun.
Cause yeah.
Was it March?
Yeah, because it was uh the month of Izzy's birthday.
Oh, you fucker! You lost, damn it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
God damn it.
Cause
Yes, yes, I did see that you wrote every prompt in there, and I am very proud of you.
Well,
Oh
use
no, no,
black
no. Take
cloth. It'll make
liberties
it
with the
stand up better.
characters because believe me, most of them, even though assumptions will eventually make an ass out of you and me, some assumptions are correct.
There's a reason the assumptions happen to begin with.
Right. It's like we do not assume around here. Actually, we very much assume around here.
Yeah. Use black cloth. It'll make the stitches stand out more brightly. Nah, 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 nah. God, fucking, I'm gonna be blind by the end of this.
What are you doing cross stitch?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can never do it on the black without straining.
I mean, it's worth it because it does make the colors very vibrant. It stands out wonderfully. But like, oh my god,
Yeah, well, it's not going to be very vibrant
Ow!
and helpful if you end up going blind in the process.
this
Uh,
was
I
this
try to
was the
be
first thing I did.
truthful with those characters.
This is
I mean,
like
kind of with me, but I mean,
What?
if Juliet is based upon me, then I would say you got close. You're really
Why
close.
is there
Close.
an animal in our chat
I don't know. It's
wiggling
your
his?
buddy, the one that put him in there, shaking his ass.
I know.
oh if you're subscribed to other channels, you unlock emotes that you can use on other people.
Oh, I know. I'm just wondering what he means by that.
Well,
Well, that
you
was when
were
we were talking about
talking
putting things in
about
our mouth.
yeah.
Oh, this is true. This is true. All right. Hmm. Well, I wasn't putting any tail in my mouth, that's for sure.
Um, keeping comment to myself. Keeping comment to myself. Uh,
Look, I behaved like a mature, grown adult, much to Saren's possible dismay. Just saying.
and since I have left to live vicariously through other people, good on you.
There's there's nothing wrong with enjoying things in a safe, careful way. Like
Right.
there's
Yeah.
a lot like there's a lot of stuff that I'm doing with my friends that I hang out with in the city. I was too scared to do as a teenager or in my 20s, but now that I trust these people implicitly, it's allowing me to explore certain naturally occurring substances that the government doesn't like in safe environments.
Yep.
And I'm
Safe
not talking
environment.
about weed.
That's
I'm not talking about like there's nothing wrong with weed. No, I'm talking about the rougher stuff. But it's like so if you feel like having a tasting table of new flavors that didn't get to experience before, there's nothing wrong with that. As long as you're
right.
doing it
You know,
safely and everyone's
and
having fun.
I mean, sadly, there are still a crap ton of states down here in the
Oh,
United States
yeah.
that do not like um, nature's lettuce, God's
Yeah.
lettuce, whatever you want to call it. Um, so there's all of that. I mean, I smoke my
I keep
cigarettes and I drink my alcohol, and
I keep forgetting that like this because weed's been legal in Canada for years now. I keep it's so blasé to me. I don't even think about it. So when
hmm
I get sketchy about things like no like I have it growing in the yard right now. Like it's ridiculous that I'm not getting into that rant. No, no, I'm not getting into that rant because that gets me heated because it's not fair. And we're gonna keep the mood in a good mood today.
we're gonna keep the mood in a good mood. And
Yep.
up next, we have the submission from Julie DeFisher, a new entry from Cuts and Cufflinks. This one is called One for the Money.
Two for the show.
Cassian would never forget the moment the balls finally dropped in his favor. Suddenly, he had all the information sitting at his fingertips. He would have felt like a millionaire had he not already been born into the Locke Empire wealth. But here he was, grinning like a schoolboy. You've been quiet all year, Cassian spoke, watching the figure behind him settle into the wingback chair. What's going on in that head of yours? Should I be asking you that? Or are you still brooding over numbers and bad bets? Came the gravel edged voice of Silas Locke, Cassian's grandfather and former CEO, current board chairman, and the man who taught Cassian everything except how to love anything that didn't have a return on investment. Cassian didn't turn around to face him, but the playful grin vanished before his response. Good evening to you too, grandfather. Silas moved like a storm with a cane ready to beat anyone into submission. He was still sharp, deliberate, and thunderous without ever raising his voice, even at the age of 72. But as he sat there, arms crossed, dressed in black from head to toe, suit crisp looking, more like death and twice as intimidating, Cassian knew shit had either already hit the fan or was going to be very soon. I was still in the building. Thought I'd check in before I head to dinner with the Zurich investors, he said, ignoring the subtle flicker of tension in Cassian's shoulders. That is, unless you've managed to chase them off like the last ones. Cassian finally turned away from the glowing city. Zurich's still on. The project's clean. And I'm not the one who made their last meeting a financial inquisition. Silas smirked. It's not an inquisition if you've got nothing to hide, boy. A tense silence passed, the kind that usually preceded power moves or punishments. Then Silas looked around the office at the skyline, the sleek design, the soulless modernity, and finally landed on his grandson with sharp eyes that had seen men crumble for less than defiance. I heard about the auction last week, he said quietly. You passed on 3 eligible women from prominent families, all vetted, all willing, and all perfect for what you owe this legacy. Cassian's jaw flexed. I'm not building Lock Industries into a dowry exchange. No, Silas snapped, cane thudding once against the marble. You're building a kingdom with no queen, and don't mistake power for permanence, Cassian. Dynasties fall when their kings forget how the crown gets passed down. Cassian stepped forward, voice low and ice drenched. What I do with my name, my life, isn't up for negotiation. Silas's eyes narrowed while standing, looking Cassian up and down. It never is until it is. I'm not getting any younger. I need you settled, possibly in the family way before I pass on. He sauntered to the door before pausing. You want your freedom? Marry someone who makes sense. Find a woman who can stand beside you, not burn down everything we built. He left with the weight of a god slamming the door behind him. Cassian stood there, heart pounding in a silence more deafening than any roar of engines. Find a woman who can stand beside you. He had, only she wouldn't let him stand close enough to know who she was. When Cassian locked closed his eyes, it wasn't pedigreed blondes or polished heiresses he saw. It was grease-streaked cheeks and a middle finger in the rearview mirror. It was Riot, the only queen he'd ever want, even if she'd rather torch the crown than wear it. Mm. Riot had just
Uh-oh. Izzy, we lost sound.
Yeah, the West the Pig thing, I didn't really get too much on there. Steve, not there. These were,
Pick up your glass again.
so much more heavy. This is where the dragonfly is. FYI.
testing 1, 2, 3.
There you go.
Gotcha now.
There you are.
I heard the doo-doo, and I was like, oh, shit. Riot had just finished packing up the car when she heard the knock at the door. She knew who it was. She didn't have to look. Jet had a distinct knock, and Riot also knew if she said nothing, yes, Jet would just let herself in. Is there a reason you're not answering your phone? Jet started on Riot the moment she locked eyes on her. I never thought I'd see you like this again. What's got your panties in a twist? Riot threw her bag on the seat along with the package. You not answering your phone has my panties halfway up my ass. Stakes on tonight's run have changed. I want you to call it the hell off. It's not safe. The only one that can call it off is the client. You know that. And the stakes don't concern me. More danger equals bigger payout. Riot's voice stayed neutral, but something in her gut mirrored Jet's freaked out expression. Have you been able to get a hold of Garrick? No, and that's the other thing that has me worried. Even when he goes underground, he still answers the encryption. Jet? Riot turned to look her in the eye. Have I ever not completed a run? Have I ever, in the last 7 years, not crossed that finish line? No. Then trust me when I tell you I got this. Fine, but I'm going to put a safeguard in place. And what will that be? Riot fisted her hands behind her back. Jet took a small tracker out of her pocket, walked to the back of the 71 Chevelle, and placed it inside the bumper. I have the IP address on the burner, and this will let me know what the hell is going on. There is a recording device on it. So a babysitter. Your car sits for longer than 30 minutes and I will send in backup. I can handle myself, Jet. And I'm protecting the illusion of Reckoner. The 71 Chevelle rumbled low like a sleeping beast, matte black and tuned to perfection, chewing up pavement under a moonless sky. Riot drove one-handed, her boot flat to the floor, fingers drumming on the steering wheel like she was keeping time with her pulse. Her brain wouldn't shut up. Too many variables, too many shadows in her rear view that didn't belong to other cars. She trusted Garrick, but this run was thin on details, just point A to point B with a blacked out duffel and instructions not to open it. Standard, in theory, but her gut said otherwise. She glanced at the bag riding shotgun. It hadn't moved, but it felt like it had weight beyond whatever was inside. Too heavy, too Cassian. She hadn't asked Garrick who the client was. She walked before he could tell her, and that said more about her state of mind than she was comfortable with. The Chevelle hummed like it could smell the tension on her. She downshifted as the dark highway twisted, headlights carving through Tennessee back roads like twin blades. The further she drove, the more Riot felt herself slip back into the quiet of motion, the place where the noise couldn't follow. 2:12 a.m., Nashville city limits, drop point. Riot pulled into a parking lot on the edge of a half-finished high-rise, second level, east side. Just like the text said, no lights, no chatter, no clients waiting. She cut the engine and sat in the stillness for 10 long seconds. Then another 10. Something was off, and she was beginning to wonder if Jet was right. She got out slow, every sense on alert. Boots echoed against concrete as she walked to the marked column. The duffel felt heavier when she lifted it, like it knew it was about to change hands. And then movement. A black SUV rolled in at a crawl, lights dimmed. A man in a charcoal coat stepped out. No visible weapon, gloved hands, covered eyes. You Riot? He asked. Nope, she said automatically, tossing the bag at his feet. I'm just the driver. He chuckled. Of course you are. No names, no bullshit, just the nod of business done. He scooped the bag up, gave a curt nod, and got back into the SUV. She waited for the tail lights to vanish before she breathed again. On the, on the return drive, somewhere between calm and chaos, Riot opened the windows wide and let the night air sting her skin. Her fingers drummed again, but this time it wasn't nerves. It was anger, adrenaline, or the haunting suspicion that this wasn't the last she'd hear about that bag. Something deep in her gut screamed Cassian Locke, and her gut was never wrong.
Is this a new story?
Yeah, this is yeah, I forget you haven't been here in a minute. Yeah,
No.
that's a new one.
I did not select suspicious. I selected dun dun dun, and it put in suspicious. What the frick
It's fitting.
It is fitting. There we go. Dun dun dun. Yes, the power of the gut. All right.
You know, I can always there's always one thing that gives away that it's Julie's writing, and it's the love letter these stories always become to cars. the way you write them, the way you describe them, the way you have the characters so clearly attached to the god. Like you can tell that the author adores cars just as much.
This is facts.
But by the way, the Chevelle's name is Midnight.
That was like really suspenseful, actually.
Very tense.
And it's not, and the whole thing is, I didn't get all the scene written. It was just like, okay, this is where I'm gonna have to stop it,
That's
and I hope
pretty
it
much
makes enough sense.
that's pretty much what I had to do in mine.
So come on,
All
Izzy. I
right.
know you got something to say.
No, I don't. My please be aware. Who names cars? Wait. Besides Stephen King and Dean Winchester, hold up. I drive two pickup trucks. They are out in my driveway. The Nissan is named Little Nicky, and the big old Chevy is named Sapphire. Before that, I had Beastet, I had Bourbon, I had Big Red, I had uh Bitch. I had Lily, which was short for Lily White Ass. I had Sarah, which was actually short for Sarah Mackenzie. Um, so
Well, I
no, I'm
mean,
sorry.
my big F-250 was called Bertha, which stood for big ass bitch.
I
Uh,
I can't name anything, Bertha. There will never be. You will never. No, we are not bringing my left breast into this.
well, we had my F-250, which was Bertha. My first white van was named Stallion. The gold van was Goldie. Mom named that one Goldie, which actually was Goldilocks. Um, that was mom. Yeah, I was one of the three bears that drove it. So, uh, then you had
So
the
yes,
green.
we've got crazy. Look. Us crazy white women. Here's things that we will do. Okay, we don't know what wild animals are. Okay, they're all cute, they're all adorable, and we will take them all in.
There's no such thing as
Number
a wild animal. It's
two,
just an untamed pet.
yes, exactly. It is just an untamed pet, and we will protect it and we will nurse it back to health if at all
Hmm.
possible, because we crazy white women. The
Yep.
second thing we do if we are crazy white women who are rednecks is we will name every single fucking car we own and drive.
Growing up, the family vehicle was a 1986 silver Camaro that we named the Silver Bullet.
See, my first car was caramel because Goldie was too on the nose and
Uh,
it shimmered.
my first one was a '95 Ford Taurus that was jade green, which was emerald green. I called her Jade. And then my
All right.
second one was called well, it got the nickname Puddle Jumper.
See, Trisha's got.
Oh, I've tangled with
See?
bears. There's bears in
Okay,
the
so
yard. They show up in the yard. I
maybe
say, bear, go away, bear, go get.
maybe it's just a crazy American thing. Because we got everybody popping off in the chat about naming their vehicles. All right, Miss Julie, do you have your dice handy?
Okay, I'm getting the dice out. You get the. Oh, did you get my most recent suggestion?
No. For the record,
Okay.
uh, in the writing prompt Discord channel, when it has been added to I will green check mark reaction it.
Okay.
Now, if you email them, they will disappear out of the inbox, which I know that you guys don't see that, but Julie does. So they will disappear off into a folder.
Right.
Right. All right, writing prompts. Now we have filled out the starting first line to be more than 200, so we are we now won't have to re-roll.
You motherfucker, where the fuck are... There you are.
Shit. Lost the dice.
I'm gonna have to get glasses. Fuck.
Okay.
Next week is the what is next week?
Yeah. Next week is
The 14th or the 13th. I can't remember.
13th.
13th. That's
The
it.
13th.
Thank God it's not Friday the 13th. We
No, we only got one
dodged,
Friday the 13th this year, and that was when we were in Green
we
Bay.
dodged that bullet.
Hey, that was a good day.
That was a really good. That was a funny day.
With the exception of one, all my Friday the 13th are always good days. Well,
I don't have
actually, I could
good...
actually say that it was a good day because I was done a solid without realizing it was a solid at the time.
There you go. Now,
I don't
see,
have good or bad days.
Friday the 13th, when you work in a call center,
Yeah.
I haven't had a good Friday the 13th in 5.5 years.
Yeah. I don't have good or bad Friday the 13th. It's just another day.
They
I don't even
just
realize
another
it's
day.
the 13th half the time.
Do you even realize what day it is?
If it
Any
wasn't for
day?
this show, I would lose track of time entirely.
There we go. See, we are keeping her paying attention. All right, Julie,
Half
what
the
is the
time,
first roll?
half the time, Nick
60.
reminds me that it's Saturday.
60. Well, this was pretty open ended. And this is actually one that we wanted to review when we do go for next year. A character receives a magical gift.
Well, that'll play into Leon's story. Uh, all right. Next roll. 8.
Explore the concept of a character who experiences someone else's memories.
Huh. Two.
Starting first line. I have two things on my mind. Bananas and vampires.
Like next time, don't worry about that when you got somebody with you, because like when they attack you, they'll like bark and stop for a little bit, and it gives me a chance to get some good buff off, and I can kill the fire one when she hits. And that'll
92.
do damage to the guys beside them as well. So you know, the big guy, like big, he's got like 500 hit points, I think.
I think the dice are fucking with us.
We can take care of them now. Because like the more damage I do to the smaller ones, then soul damage, etc.
Starting first line. The tide was already pulling the footprints out to sea.
Huh.
I gotta initiate so I can know what I'm doing. Kind of vibe. But we almost made it out. If it weren't for night and not having a torch. Yeah. If I had my Krampus stack, I mean that stack, I could have actually
23.
helm, but I did not have a knapsack made.
Use this dialogue. You've got quite the reputation.
82.
We're doing twos this evening.
Apparently, we're doing Tuesday.
Yeah, that's all. There's always a common number.
Use this dialogue. If you want to talk about it, I'm here, she said, her voice gentle. But you have to let me in.
That could go together with the bananas and vampires.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder what it says about me that hearing those words immediately flared my distrust.
All right. So, number 1, a character receives a magical gift. Number 2, explore the concept of a character who experiences someone else's memories. Starting first line, I have two things on my mind: bananas and vampires. Number 4, starting first line, the tide was already pulling the footprints out to sea. Number 5, use this dialogue. You've got quite a reputation. Number 6, use this dialogue. If you want to talk about it, I'm here, she said, her voice gentle, but you have to let me in.
Oh, we got a tie right off the bat.
How did I know?
I already have an idea.
Oh my. Oh my.
We got one vote for 6.
3 for 3, 2 for 5.
I've already immediately thought of how I can work bananas and vampires into the same conversation.
See, I don't know. Other than, like the 2 dialogue lines and possibly 4, unless I switch stories, I can't work.
Getting there.
Well,
I think having number 3 is the biggest. Yeah. Yeah.
Where did my thread go? How do I keep losing it? There it is.
I think it's funny that both me and Shar are working on stuff involving embroidery thread.
Yeah. This is one I just finished. It's a bunch of carnivorous plants.
Oh, pretty.
And then this is what I'm currently working on.
What's it say? Wake up.
All right, so we have got 7 votes in.
so we either have 2 lurkers because I haven't voted yet. So we either have 2 lurkers or. Oh, wait a minute. Your buddy didn't. There must still be here.
Okay, night.
Good night. What's your vote?
Pain! Vote!
He might be busy too.
He could be.
And remember, he
Oh,
watches us while he's at work.
oh, I know.
Oh,
But
I
he's
know
got
you
us
know.
in his ears.
That means we can yell at him all we want.
Yep.
He can't do anything about it.
Just can't do anything about it. Not unless I want to drive all the way across the county, and I don't want to.
Yeah, no, I have not voted. That's how we know we either have 2 lurkers or we got just people who didn't vote.
Oop, somebody popped back in. Who popped back in?
No, no.
I don't know.
'Ba-da-ba-da.
Oh, actually, I think though. I'm technically in there twice. Because I'm on here and I was on here. All right.
Ugh.
God, could
And
you
see, that's the best
imagine?
thing. If we have a clear winner, I don't have to vote.
Julie. Well, we do not have
Because
a.
honestly, if I vote, that's going to put us at a tie. And unless everybody wants me to pull a wrench again.
I mean, unless somebody in one of my stories is making a crack about banana hammocks, I don't foresee me being able to use that one. And
Right.
my books don't have that kind of humor thus far.
That's part of this challenge, though.
Mm-hmm. We
The
may
entire
have to get
It
point.
to
is
the
part of
point
the
where,
challenge.
huh?
I'm like, it is part of the challenge, but at the same time, it's the um it's the humor.
Wait, but you also have to remember that we didn't start this out with the intention of only working on one story.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Last November was when people really started to get into the habit of going, oh, let me just keep working on this story and let me see how this
Oh,
prompt works into it.
Munchkin in the background.
Munchkin.
Yeah, I quite enjoy using this as inspiration for short stories, which is what I'm already
Yep.
planning in my head. And I find that they're good warm up projects before I start working on an actual book.
Right. And that
Well,
is an option as well.
I don't imagine there is. I mean, I had one that was like there for
It is, but I'm trying to trim down the amount of works in progress.
That's fair.
yeah, but not everything that you write for the show has to be a story that you're going to publish. It can just be something you write for fun.
Mm-hmm. I've done a couple of like that. I've got one sitting out that it's just like I don't know if that's ever going to turn into anything. I'm not happy with it. I don't connect with it. So if I try to do anything else, it'll be really kind of forcing it.
Right? I find that if everything you write is something that you're trying to get published, eventually it's going to turn writing into a job. It's going to lose all of its fun. So it's good to just write
Uh-huh.
stuff for the fun of writing it, just because you enjoy the process.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That's why I took a deliberate, um, action of not doing anything related with my book for the longest time.
I haven't actually physically written anything down for the last 2 weeks. It's been physical projects and socializing.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you need a break.
Hmm. That's how you burn out.
Well, at this point, I've got the blog, I've got all the works in progress, and trying to get my Twitch channel up and running. So, but that's what happens when I'm trying to make. I am trying to make this into a full time job.
No, we get it, bro. We get it. So what do you want to say? Uh, just these are the 6 prompts. Use what you want.
Well, I say,
Because that kind of
uh,
narrows down our list of over 600 prompts. Doing the role, right, narrows down over 600 prompts to then instead of trying to pick them out. Um, yeah, I don't know, but I'm
yeah,
fading fast, so we gotta.
gotta make it a decision.
The
I
crowd
say,
voted. The crowd voted. Everyone voted for. Like, we have one,
yeah, we have
Yep.
it.
and
It's
and
3.
and we've
It's
said in the
3.
past, if it doesn't vibe with you, you don't have to write that week.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
can always work on something else. That's true. That's true. All right, officially speaking, start line. I have 2 things on my mind: bananas and vampires. That's the official one. Uh, so there we go. Due September 13th, 2025. This will be episode 37 this year.
I can't
Talk about
believe
It's
insane.
amazing.
we're already more
Yep.
than halfway through the year. That's crazy.
Yep. And hell, last year we only did 30 prompts because there were so many breaks and fits and starts, and so we're actually getting somewhere with it. So, there we go. That's all she wrote. We will start tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel, with whoever gets theirs in first. I don't know. It could be Patrick, could be me, could be Shar if she gets a burr up her butt and wants to submit something. It might be Kesh if she is able to rework what she was wanting to rework.
It'll
So
probably be cash.
that's
My
yeah,
money's
more
on
than
cash.
well, it's number 3, Kane. It's I have 2 things on my mind. Bananas and vampires.
I'm excited.
Drop the
So
ball.
so feel free, Kane, to come up with a little ditty.
I didn't
Yeah.
mean that, but okay.
Oh my God, Leon. Okay, and on that note, you know where to find us when we're not on Twitch. We're in the Discord. We do body doubling. We do sprints. We do hangouts. We do all the fun things. This completely uncensored. Make sure that minor children aren't listening in.
And
And
if they are, that's not on us. That's on y'all.
that's on y'all. Absolutely. Oh, don't get me started, Kane. I I know you. Remember? I know you. All right, folks.
And we both know who he is.
I know, but I've known him since I was 16.
Oh yeah, I know.
I know him. I know him well.
All right. Also catch us tomorrow night for also announcements and everything like that because we're all fading fast. So I'm not going to do all the announcements before the end of the show tonight. Catch us tomorrow for those. Um, but remember, be brave, be bold, but always stay humble. And we will see you again tomorrow night, right here, same bat time, same bat channel. Later, getters.